No, because if I go to the glass room, I can get in.
It's probably a browser thing.
Okay, so just go to a
So
different
you just have to
browser.
keep trying. All right.
Okay,
This is making a flyer. And whether or not, I'll see how much of this you guys want to know.
oh, you're right, I feel the heat now.
I wonder if I'll get somebody, I can't get up and go check that again.
Actually, I feel cool air now, so.
You feel cooler? All right.
Maybe I need to move.
So let's, it'll take a few minutes. I think I turned the air conditioning on. All right, enough of that. So I have a site, and I'm going to post some of this on, dotheonething.com.
Okay,
And what I'm going to make a commitment every week to do something, and I did something. And the idea, I've created a number of alerts on, is now a good time to buy a house, now a good time to sell a house, that sort of thing. And I found an article that referred to an article, and the article that it referred to was called March Madness to the Masters, the best time to sell a house. Now,
clever.
one of the problems I have with that headline is that if you're not a college basketball fan, and not a golfing fan, you may not relate to March Madness to the Masters.
True.
And so what's left is the best time to sell a house, which is not in anyhow. So I read the article, and it's based upon a book by Zillow Talk, as opposed to Peloton, the new rules of real estate. And some of their suggestions are what I would consider a little bit wonky. But basically, I read this, and I went through and read a little bit more, and I went through and read a little bit more about what's so magical about the magic window. And there's this data shows that houses that sell from mid-March to mid-April sell 15% and 2% more than the average listing. That could be $4,000 to $22,000 depending on what market. And then there's more and more and more. And some of the stuff was about San Jose. And so what I did with that is I took a peek at what the MLS says. What does our numbers say? Because Zillow is talking about nationwide stuff. And without over analyzing it, because all I really want to do is make a flyer, right? By the time we're done, you're going to have a copy of a flyer, which you can personalize and in a format that you could probably use. But for those of you that are what we would refer to as a higher C, right? Somebody that's more right in the DISC profile, that means somebody who cares about numbers and will ask, well, because I have some numbers. I thought I'd just show you where I got them from and why and how, right? I was having this conversation last night with another group that I'm coaching, the Dual Career Group, about knowing what's going on in your market. And I'm going to go back to Do the One Thing. By the way, so that's an article I just recently posted. I'm going to post something on top of it. But here's something about home price appreciation and wage growth, which was just something. And growing economy sees real estate investment spring to life, right? This is an article that, and I realize I might want to reformat it a little bit, but when they talk about the 10 best markets for investing, take a peek at what's number 6 is San Jose, Sunnyvale, Santa Clara market, right? So that would be an article I would read. This is a gratuitous infographic from the California Association of Realtors, and this is something I did on Sunday because I figured I have too much free time and was enjoying myself too much. And so I basically just put together what was going on for the last 7 days and where the inventory stands and the percentage of pending. And I broke it down by city, and because I still thought I had too much free time, I also then broke it down by the different areas. And you'll see that there's a big difference between Alum Rock, which has most of the properties that are, that's not what I was doing, not Alum Rock. Anyhow, you'll see there's a big difference between some of the different cities and some of the different areas. So what my point from all this is knowing what's going on in our market might be a useful thing. Now, what I did, and again, this may be more than you want to know, but I looked at statistics because I read what Zillow was talking about. What Zillow was talking about was time to sell by month and how much people got. So I went to this and I picked time frame past 12 months, and I picked a statistic. And one of the statistics was days to sell on average, and the other statistic was the sales price, list price to sales price ratio. Sale price to list price ratio, and I said I wanted to break it down by month, and I could generate, and I was just doing this to show you how you could make a mistake. And so I thought I would demonstrate what I left off. So I go back to search. What I left off was Santa Clara County, and I also only looked at single-family condos and townhomes, and then I went to generate. And then I'm going to show you what the chart looks like, but just so you can see, the flyer, what it looks like, and now you can see where I got it from. And then I looked at the data, and I actually saved this in a spreadsheet, but what I looked at was what months are people getting the most. Now, I made one mistake. I don't want the past 12 months. I want the past 12 months exclusive, which means that I don't want it to be calculating March, because March isn't over. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If I say the past 12 months, it'll include March,
Mm.
and March isn't over, and I just want numbers for February. And so when we look at this, what month has the highest list price to sales price ratio? April, right? 105.9, almost 106. 105.4, which is May, is the second highest month, right? So April and May in the last 12 months, and if you wanted to be really analytical, go back to the last 5 years, but I wasn't that, I'm making a flyer, right? So, and what I did is I compared what the top month, which is April, to what the worst month was, which was, I think, in December or something like that. And the difference was 3.8%, right, over list price when you sell in the hot months versus the cold months, metaphorically speaking. The other thing I looked at is what is the average days on market for, let's say, one of those months compared to one of the months that isn't quite as good, and I found that there was like a 21-day difference. There was almost almost sold for half, and half the time for 3.8% more. Right? Is everybody with me so far? Right now, whether or not you care about all this, what I ended up doing was making a. Let me see. This isn't as easy as
It's a nice looking flyer.
thank you very much. And so we'll do 100%. So I did this in Microsoft Publisher. And so this is sort of if you don't like my style, you're welcome to change it. What I'm going to do is put this in a place where you can get your hands on it. And because it's in PowerPoint, not Publisher, excuse me, how timing the sale of your home could pocket you an extra $29,239. Right, now, the reason I wrote it that way is, first of all, the dollar amount is fairly specific. Right, fairly specific. And what I did is I took the median price of a house in Santa Clara County last month, single-family condos and townhomes, and I multiplied it by 3.8%, right, which is the difference in the best months have over the worst months in terms of percentage over the list price. Not a particularly scientific thing, but yeah, you know. In the Zillow study, they said it was 2 to 4%, something like that. So I'm okay with that. And then I have a graphic that I borrowed from Google Images, and then I put in some words, which is I reworded the article. There is an old adage in real estate: list your home early in the year and be ready to close the sale during the June market peak. An analysis of supply, demand, and sellers' outcomes revealed that the magic window is mid-March to mid-April. For you sports enthusiasts, think of March Madness to the Masters. I put that in because somebody that sees our flyer might actually know something about that, right, and think that was clever. Data shows that homes sold from mid-March to mid-April sell about around 50% faster and for 3.8% more than the average listing. In our market, that could mean an extra $29,239 in your pocket. Want to know what your home is worth in today's changing market? Call me today for a free market evaluation, and then I put this together. One thing that I might do is, just because I'm going to make that a little bit smaller, right? Because it's, who cares, right? Now, what my original idea was is that some of you responded to my get an email signature and send it to Lily. Some did, some didn't. And there may have been some confusion. My idea was not to use it as an email signature, but to create a bottom of for a flyer.
Okay.
But it's too dark, it doesn't print well, and the phone number is too small, right? And so I'm gonna work with Lily on that. But, and if I were Amber, I would find a better URL than that. And she's using, but anyhow, it's got her picture, it's got her phone number, which you could read, and I've made this so it'll print for black and white, right? Pardon?
Name is spelled wrong.
I was thinking it was, but then I don't know how to spell it.
How about that?
Probably better.
You think so?
Yeah,
Are you sure it's not Emma Bear?
no.
No, all right.
Look at our email address.
Well, I'm doing what I can. This is,
On your
what
one day off.
do you expect, right? What do you
On your one
expect?
day off.
All right, and so now this is in PowerPoint.
Okay,
Now, what that means for you is that, notice if you click on that, click on that, click on that, it's all text. You could easily change this, right? Does everybody understand how you could easily change this?
yes.
And to show you what I'm going to do is, if I were to create a duplicate slide, it's going to create another one like this. And at some point, it wouldn't take me very long if you emailed me your stuff, but if you click on this and you put in your picture, and the way you would do that is go to, why don't I just insert picture? And then we'll see whose picture I actually have here. Jennifer. I have your picture, Jennifer. I have, that's Jen, that was somebody I hired. But let's just use her picture for fun. And you see how easy this is? You put in your picture, and one of the things about PowerPoint is it's going to try to arrange it. Right, and Rick, I would use this picture if I were you. That's not, but just so you put in your picture, and then the rest of this is real simple to change. I put in a Keller Williams Silicon Valley logo. You change your BRE number, you change your website, you change all that, and you too have a flyer.
Wonderful.
All right. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just share this with you. Right? And does everybody think that they're capable of modifying this and putting your picture, your name and phone number,
Yes,
your email address, and your website on it without too much trouble?
yes.
What? Possibly. I like it. That's the spirit.
If not, our husbands will do it.
All right. Well, I'm doing this. This is missing some. Yeah. This is missing some of the potential that a publisher has, but it will do a lot of things. By the way, it has some really nice, if you go to insert word art, it's got some really nice banner kind of things, better than what comes in Microsoft Word and things like that.
It's called word art.
It's called word art, right? It makes a banner that has a sort of fancy. My theory is if people don't read the headline and they don't like the headline, they're not going to look at it.
That's true.
So that's what I did. All right. Now, in order to find this, what I'm going to do is I could put it on this website, but I want to. If you go to kw.com, because I'm also one of my hidden agendas, which I'm not hiding very well, is to get you guys to use kw.com. This will also keep riffraff, people who see my video, from stealing the flyer. And I'm going to post it in a place where there's documents. Now, and then if you want a bonus, by the way, this in PowerPoint, you could copy this text. Let's see how, I got to talk for a lot longer than this, so I'll give you an example of how to email it to people. How about that? Does that sound like
That'd
fun?
be good. So, I'm sorry, did you finish telling us where to find it
I'm
on
putting it up.
kw.com?
You log into kw.com and you go to the Market Center intranet,
Okay,
where you see the calendar and the posts from Mona saying, give me back our open house signs and things like that. And then
alright. I took you literally and typed in kw.com and it's.
it does work.
Well,
You just have to scroll down to the left and
to the left,
put in your username and password.
oops.
And then I'm clicking on Market Center, and I'm clicking on Documents. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder, which is called a section, and I'm going to call it MOMENTUM coaching, because that means nobody will look at it. And then,
So you were able to add a folder because you have a super,
yes, I can add folders because I have a different level of logging in than you can, but you should be able to do things once I've
put it in.
put it in there. So I'm going to add a document, and I'm going to select files, and I'm going to do, this is called timing the sale, and what I want to do is edit it, and I'm going to put it in. Well, right now it's just sitting there. What I want to do is move it. So let me see, can I just do this? I'll bet I can't. Come on, come on. Nope. So, in a minute, I'm going to figure out how to put it in. What happens, right now, it's just sitting there, which isn't the worst place for it. And if you click on it, it's going to open. And when I figure out how, I'm going to put it into the save document in order.
Mike, when you say, Market Center, you don't mean the tab on top that says marketing?
No, I'll show you in a minute again.
Okay.
I'll go back. So momentum coaching.
Scroll down and go into my intranet.
All right, so let's go. For those of you that are having difficulty with this,
Here?
one more time. This is what it looks like when you log
Thank
in.
you.
And my Market Center intranet is here. And it's also down here someplace. It's in several different places. And when you click on it, you should see something that looks like this. You know you're in the right section if you see Market Center intranet back agent appear there briefly.
Yes.
And then you click on Market Center. And then once you click on Market Center, there is Documents. And once you click on Documents, you scroll down to Momentum Coaching, which has one document in it right now. And when you open it up, you're going to see Timing the Sale. And if you click on the link, it'll be downloading that document to your computer in Microsoft PowerPoint, which you should be able to open and modify.
I'm sorry, I was looking down at the wrong time. How did you get to those folders? Okay,
Market Center,
I'm in the Market Center,
Documents.
documents, okay.
And I've been putting,
Yeah.
I'm doing this because you have to be a member of our office in order to get into it,
Perfect.
right? And you should learn how to find, you should learn how to find this stuff.
All kinds of stuff.
Okay? Now, if you wanted to get fancy, what we could do is, if we go to File and Print, and this may be something that requires something you know, better than what you have. So I'm gonna go to File, Save As. I'm just gonna put this on the desktop. And notice, let me make sure, I'm doing this slow, maybe slow enough for you guys, okay? So once you've opened up this file and put your picture, your name, your phone number, your contact information, don't forget to change your BRE number, right? If you really don't think you can do this, send me an email with all of your stuff and I'll make one for you. But
So-
once,
We do that before we save this file or
Yes.
after?
well, you can save you click on the file, it'll download,
Yeah,
change it, then save it.
and then save it, okay.
Right, so now you have it on your computer with your information, but, so I'm assuming at this moment you've done all that. You've changed the flyer and you like it. Now, if you go to File, one of the things about PowerPoint that is fun, if you go to File and Save As,
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna put this someplace. And when I'm going to do this slow, the default setting is PowerPoint. If you click on that, you're going to see that you can save this as just about anything. There's a lot of things here that I haven't heard of, including a PDF, including JPEG, which is an image. So if I do that and I save it as an image, and it's going to say all slides or just this one. I think there's only one slide, but just say just this one. And what it's going to do is it's going to make an image. I have to figure out where it is. I got way too much stuff going on. But let me, so I don't know where it went. Where did I put it? Let me try it again. It worked, I just don't know where I put it. I thought I put it on the desktop. And I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Timing the sale.
JPEG over PNG?
It doesn't really matter. PNG is a slightly higher resolution, but sometimes like eEdge and things like that, sometimes they like, I'll do it as a PNG. Right?
No, it was a question, sorry.
No, it's PNG, slightly higher resolution, but there's occasionally you'll see something that says they want a JPEG. Well, JPEG is an older version and more acceptable, but what we're going to do with it doesn't really matter. And so we want to just this one slide. Now, it should have on our, here it is. I put them both there, I just couldn't find them. So this is what it now looks like as a picture, right? And I just realized I'm getting myself into trouble, but if you remember how to, that picture could be posted on Facebook, it could be posted on Google+, it could be posted on LinkedIn. Right, and you could do all that. You also are welcome to borrow or steal, depending on how you want to look at it, the text. So you could just make this an email.
Yeah.
Right. But making it an image allows you to post it and some other things. You could just post it, you could just make a post out of it, right? Does that make,
Sell it to your seller database out of
right,
eEdge?
yeah. But what my original idea was is that, let's say you're farming, right? You're talking to people about why they should sell their home. That's sort of what this was designed for. Was that fun? Was that,
No, Mike, I could change it once I saved it.
no,
I'm trying to change
oh,
it
yes.
in kw.com.
Save it first, so you have your own copy.
I did that.
Then you should be able to change it.
Well, I changed it on my own copy, but I can't change it when I'm in kw.com, so maybe I misunderstood you. When to
Well,
change it.
KW.com is not allowing you to edit the PowerPoint.
Okay.
It basically, when you click on the link, it downloads it to your computer. But
Okay.
you're not messing with the one I posted.
Okay, I'm not sure how to change a picture.
So let's do that. So let's say timing is everything.
Uh-huh,
So if I click on it, now there's if you could get, if you right click, there's an actual choice that says change picture. Right? If that seems too much, if you just do if you just exit, hit Control X
There it is.
or delete, it'll go away. And then up here, under Insert, there's Pictures.
Okay, I'm changing the actual photo.
Right, and then you click on that, and just so you guys could see what I did, and I don't know if you really want to see all this stuff, I had a whole bunch of little things that I had. So how about this one, timing is everything, and this is just another picture, and I just move it so it's the right size, and I put it in there, and I have timing is everything, and it's a different picture. I thought the other one would look better, so.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I actually like your other one better. I'm gonna.
But
try
just so
and
you
change
can
the
see,
photo.
it's very easy to just get rid of a picture. If you don't like my picture, find a picture and put it in the picture. Just don't complain to me about it. All right? Oops, okay. Any questions about that? What?
So that's flyer 8.5 by 11 format, right?
Right, it's formatted for an 8.5 by 11. I just use PowerPoint to make it easy.
Yep.
Okay?
It's all good.
Now, my next question is, would it be very difficult to take this format and put it on an actual door hanger?
Yes.
It would be.
Well, it depends on what you mean by door hanger. You can, if you mean, because the set door hanger things are fairly
Pretty
narrow,
Okay,
right? And so this is designed for 8.5 by 11. If you really were interested in that,
mm-hmm,
so for example, I did anticipate that somebody might want, what about this, what about that? And so if we were to open it up, we could also make it a postcard.
okay,
Right, simply by making it half the size, right? So basically a line in the middle. Now, just so you see, how do you change? If I were to go here to File and New, so I'm creating a new blank presentation, because that's what this is supposedly for. And then if you look at Design, then it gives you all these different designs. One of them, and this is not necessarily the easiest thing to find, sometimes I forget where it is and wander around, it's a senior thing. And I click on Slide Size, and they have these two standard formats. But if you click on Custom, and then click on that link, it's going to show you a bunch of different ones, including letter, ledger, and all that. Plus, you could just type in what you wanted,
So
right?
you would just, if you wanted to, you would just measure what the door hanger paper is and put it in there?
Right,
Okay.
Yeah, it worked out in the wash, so, you know.
right. And so what I do is once I select letter, I change this to portrait. Otherwise, it's going to give me landscape. And I click on OK, and then I click on Ensure Fit. Would you like to maximize the size of your content or scale it down to ensure that it'll fit? How about that? And so this is what it gives me, which is, again, it thinks I'm doing a presentation. But once I highlight all of this and I just hit backspace or delete, it's all gone. And at this point, there are other programs that have rulers and things like that that work better, and if you made this the right size, but the idea is that I could take this text, copy this, and paste it down. What I need to know is that I'm only going to be able to use half of the page. And so home is where you get this, make things smaller, and then I might not have room for my beautiful graphic, and I might not have all of this room. So over here, the way I'm doing this from scratch, I would insert a text box and paste all this in. Now what I would probably do, I might say, I'll get rid of all this. I might make this, and I'll post this too if you want. I might make this a little bit smaller, and you see these little guys up and down. And then, if I go over here, and now, what I would probably do is copy this. Oops, wrong one. I don't know if it helps you guys to watch me do this or not, but,
What was that slide size thing? I can't
the what?
remember. The slide size?
If you're in design,
Yeah,
you go to the far right where it says slide size.
no, I don't have that, must be a version thing.
Well, then it's, I'd have to look at it, but someplace you have either under
Well,
files.
it's 8.5 by 6 by 5.5, right?
All right, well, that would be another way to do it. But what I'm going to need is an 8.5 by 11 anyhow. I'll show you what I mean. And so, I'm gonna get rid of this for here, and I'm going to do this. And, that's kind of big, and I'll make it a little bit smaller, and I would center it. You might need to watch this. So the reason that I'm doing it like this, if I was gonna make a postcard, I would then copy all of that and drag it down here. And I'm just sort of eyeballing it. That looks like it could be cut,
Yep.
right? And you see, the problem with making it too small is I need both of them on one page if I'm gonna print it out and on a printer and then cut it. And then I would go over here to new slide and pick blank, and it gives me a new slide. And so this one, what I would be doing is I'd be taking this information and pasting that in. And so what this would become is the back of the postcard. And so that would leave room for a stamp,
Yeah.
and maybe even, this is a long thing, so I might put this down here and put that up there. And the nice thing about PowerPoint is it likes to line things up automatically. So you see, I could put a label in here, a stamp up there, then once I've done that, copy, paste, pull this down here, and I've now made a postcard.
Great.
Right, and I'll upload this one too for you. You just have to remember to replace your picture, your name, and but you see, we can make a postcard now that we could send out. Now, Publisher is way better at this, but if you don't have Publisher, this is possible to do, right? This is possible.
Can you make postcards on Publisher too?
Publisher has postcard templates.
Templates, okay.
Right, so, and it also has rulers on the side and the top, so you can say where the middle of it is, it does all that,
Right.
okay?
I have a question, is the Keller Williams Silicon Valley logo available in, the documents on the intranet?
I don't know about that,
'Cause I
So,
like that logo.
I'm going to do this, I will show you how to get it.
You can click it and save it, can't you?
No, I'll show you how to get it.
Okay.
Just give me a moment.
Sure.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in my timing the sale of your home. I'm going to say timing, this will be called timing, TIMING, the sale postcard. And I'm going to save it. And then I'm going to, I might as well every time, how about this, when I do this in the future, I'll make a postcard version and I'll make a non-postcard version.
Okay.
And so that you could make it either as a flyer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to documents, manage documents. I'll upload the other one and then I'll show you how to get the logo. And remember the name of this, there's a lot of documents, a lot of them don't have anything, but we're looking for momentum. Where is it? Momentum coaching. And now that we're here, we're going to add a document. So you guys don't need to know this, but I'm just doing it anyhow. And this is called postcard. And there it is, timing the sale postcard. Now, for those of you that saying, gee, that was a really nice logo you had, you know, the one that said Keller Williams Silicon Valley, across the top, you see these different little guys. One of them, and by the way, mine may look different than yours because I have a leadership login now, which is so different. So if you hover over marketing, oh no, mine isn't that different there. See, if you go to marketing, notice one of the choices is logos and graphics. Marketing across the top, not mine marketing, but marketing,
Yeah.
logos and graphics. And so this shows you a whole bunch of stuff, brand style guide. If you scroll down to it says Market Center logos. Almost to the very, very bottom. I'll wait for everyone to get there. All right? Are we there?
Yeah.
No,
So we went to
I mean, I'm where you're supposed to be and I'm finding informal
scroll,
logo.
you haven't gone far enough.
Oh, I haven't gotten far enough.
Past
There it
inf-
is, there it is.
Market Center. So all you have to do is put in our Market Center number, which that was a Trivial Pursuit question at the last team meeting. What is our Market Center number?
260.
260. And notice what happens, it pops up and then it gives us a preview or download. And if you click on download, I've already downloaded it, it's going to download it as a zip file. And it's got all sorts of different variations of the logo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And if you don't have an unzipping program, and many people don't, what you do is you, I'm just going to let it download. What you do is that if you open it up, and I don't know why it does this, but if you open it up and you like copy all this and drag it to someplace else on your computer, Windows will unzip it.
Oh.
Right, but if you leave it there, you can see it, but it's still in this compressed file. Right, if all you want is this, which is a small compressed size, it's a small Silicon Valley logo. RGB is usually used for printing presses, as is CYMK. That stands for cayenne, magenta. The Y is yellow, and there's a second K. I don't know what that is. But anyhow, it's a cayenne, magenta, red, white, yellow, and blue, I would think. PMS is another type of, these three are all used for printing presses. This one is, if I double click on it, a plain old, but it's a red, notice it's a red and it's got the color, and then there is a black and white one. And PNG, EPS is extended, you don't want to use that. That's called extended postscript. And that's I might put some of these in a folder too. But extended postscript is what you'd use if you were going to have a sign or poster made, right? Extended postscript is a Adobe format that allows you to expand the size of a logo to almost infinity without losing resolution.
So when I have 50 listings going and I need to order so many signs, now I
Well, if you were going to have a sign made, they would want an EPS logo,
right there.
right? So, but the other ones, PNG or JPEG, would work just fine. All right, does everybody see how to get those?
Yes.
You probably won't be using the RGB, PMS, or CYMK because that's used for color printers. If you were like a printing press rather than that color printer. All right, was that enough?
That's awesome.
That was good.
All right, as opposed to the normal ones we have. I get